Hey guys, welcome back to today's episode. We're looking at the FX Panthera in this video, taking a break from the rimfire stuff we've been doing, and I kind of wanted to show you guys what's new and what I've learned with this rifle after about 7,000-ish slugs through this thing and a few other modifications. Stay tuned. So what I want to do today is kind of walk you through this gun briefly because I get caught talking too long. If I can, we'll go through this gun real quick. I want to show you what I ended up with for power settings, talk about the efficiency of the rifle, show you a group at 50 yards, see how accurate it is. We have some crazy winds going on right now, but that shouldn't matter too much at 50 yards. And then kind of maybe take it out to range, maybe 200 yards. And I don't know if we'll print groups, but maybe we'll ring some steel just with the way the wind is and what I have time left in the day for stuff I got going on. So real quick, without further ado, we've got, starting in the rear, the Air Marksman bottle. This is a 300 bar fill, 300 cc bottle, so I think it gets you, I don't really remember what it gets me over the stock bottle, maybe 10 shots, maybe 8 shots more, so it's not a ton, but it adds something to it. I bought the bag rider. This is from Huma Air. I got the FX No Limit rings here, and I got an Element Optics Titan scope mounted on this thing. This is one of my favorite scopes. I got my Tacticam film through scope set up on there so we can view the groups together on this thing. And then I've got the Huma Air regulator in here. It's their high flow regulator because I had issues with the stock one. I think I may have damaged it personally, but I did have issues with it. And then I've got the, this is the Huma Air caliber change kit because this was a 30 caliber rifle when I got it. I swapped it over to 22 caliber, but I've got, I don't know if you can see that very well. I've got their pin probe that allows more air around the chamber, so to speak. So 22 caliber liner's been added, no more 30 cal. And if you guys want to see what happened there, basically you can watch it in a video I'll have posted. But what was it? It was Airgun Depot sent me the 30 caliber Panthera when I ordered a 22 caliber, and the gun was labeled 22 caliber on the box, and the muzzle end was 22 caliber, but the barrel was 30 caliber, and the pellet probe was a 30 caliber. So a big story there, but you can watch it on my YouTube channel if you want to see more about that. So like I said, I swapped the caliber over to a 22, put on some MDT 4-end weights, which is not enough to balance the rifle at all, but it does help a little bit. I need to get some more. But I'm sure you guys have noticed that if you put the weights here on the rail, there's no room for you to use your ARCA. So it's really annoying how they didn't think that through. So I seen, I think it's Salmon River Solutions offers some MDT. No, it's actually their own brand. It's their own brand of weights, and they off-centered the mounting holes down towards the bottom so I can run them up higher and still use this ARCA. So I might buy some of their weights. They're the same price as everybody else's, just optimized more for this gun, because I want that weight balance. This gun's pretty end heavy right now. And then I got the UTG, that is the Pro, I believe, bipod. Had that thing for a long time, several years. Very cheap, it was like 40 bucks back in the day. 22 caliber magazine, obviously, and we are shooting H&N's heavy slug. This is their 34 grain 217 diameter. At this point, with this particular barrel, I've got over 1,000 slugs through this thing, well over 1,000. I actually have bought 1,000 of these, the slugs that it likes, and I'm almost out of them. I have this and one more tin left. And then I bought, I don't know how many thousands of just other brands, trying them out, buying one diameter and one generation, because I have a Gen 1, Gen 2 type deal from all over the ranges. I just wanted to see what this gun would like and shoot the best. I did put the heavy Smooth Twist X Superior, whatever the whole name is, for the barrel, and all that does is it allows me to shoot the heaviest slugs available on the market the most accurately. So it is designed to shoot heavy slugs the way it's set up right now. I did shoot some 40 grainers through it with really good accuracy, but the way my speed and reg was, it liked the 34 grain more, And I know I could always play around that and adjust it to the 40 grains, but I don't want to use up all my air trying to shoot one mag. So, and actually when I bought this gun originally, I wanted it to shoot 34 grain slugs, because that's kind of that, in my opinion, the happy in between. It's really low on the end when it comes to BC, and if you're going to try to compete with rimfire at like PRS matches and stuff, you're going to really be struggling probably because of the wind and all that. But these 34 grains are pretty easy to shoot out of this gun. At the speed I got them going, they're pretty forgiving. I've already shot some high winds, and they have just enough punch to kill some medium-sized animals, which I'll show you guys some scope cam footage I took last weekend hunting some woodchucks with this thing at incredible distances, in my opinion, for what air guns can do. And then just the shot count I get with these slugs is what I would expect and kind of what I want from a rifle that I paid this much money for. So all that being set aside, we've got these 34 grain slugs, 217 diameter. I got them going 1,025-ish feet per second, 1,015. I'm running the regulator at 150 bar. And then I got my hammer settings on 13 and 2 3/4. So, and that's with the tungsten hammer in there as well. I forgot to mention I had a tungsten hammer. Basically the stock hammer actually maxed out right at like 140 something on the reg, and I just could not get any of these slugs to fly at the speed they needed to go. And I was holding groups like this probably at 50 yards, but man, once I got that tungsten hammer in there, I was able to dial that spring back, the hammer spring, and start shooting these slugs with like 1 to 2 feet per second deviations. I mean, it was just amazing. Just not being maxed out on one end, that spring was actually able to do better, repeat more accurately. So anyways, we're gonna set up the Crony. We'll show you guys those numbers. I'll show you a group at 50 yards, and you'll have to forgive me because looking through this scope cam, I've mentioned this before, looking through this scope cam, I have to adjust my ocular lens piece so it can see, so the camera can see the reticle better, which allows me not to see it any better. So it's actually really blurry and fuzzy for me. This rifle is capable of printing sub-minute of angle groups even at 100 yards. I've done it. Very accurate with these 34 grain slugs, and probably any slugs you buy within reason, as long as you get your feet per second figured out and your harmonics balanced. But the gun's super accurate. If I make a mistake, it will be on me, and hopefully over the course of the next few years, I'll be able to show you guys different ranges and stuff, just how accurate this gun is. But we'll do the best we can today. All right, so we've got our hearing protection on. I've loaded up 5 slugs, and while I was loading up these 5 slugs, the bolt on the back, it's actually the nut, sorry. The nut on the back of this magazine actually just fell out on me, so I actually went and Loctited that in, got that tight. As a matter of fact, I was shooting an Appleseed with this rifle, and my pin probe, that came loose and got stuck in the chamber as well. And I shot probably 500 rounds. Well, it wasn't 500. I probably shot 300 plus before it happened on that day. Not total, obviously, but since I added the pellet probe, it's probably been close to 1,000 shots through this gun before it failed on me. That was a huge disappointment because I had to finish out that day with a loaner rifle that just did not do as well as this thing. Not a big deal. I was able to fix it. I also Loctited that screw in, so just make sure you do that if you do that. But we're going to get this going. I got the Crony set up, target out at 50 yards. We've got 5 slugs here loaded up. Got our scope cam put on there. This video will probably be longer than normal maybe, but I have a lot to talk about. So let's just see how well this gun does here at 50 yards first. I got a lot of targets shot at on this particular target, a lot of bullseyes already used, so we'll pick a clean one with the new shoot and see right there. So that was 1,018. $1,022. 1021, so we're 1 feet per second different. I'm gonna bring you over on this side. You can watch that regulator recover. All right, so he's got the camera moved back. I think I'm on my 4th round. $1,020. And a duplicate, 1020. So it's very, very consistent, very accurate, and I was not getting that type of repeatability or even close to it when I had the hammer spring maxed out. We'll shut that off. So speaking of accuracy, I wanted to highlight a few things that I learned from another YouTuber on what he did to make his rifle more accurate. And one of them was he took this shroud off, which I did as well. There's this silver, I don't think I have it here to show you guys. It's like a spacer, but it centers the barrel inside of the shroud. That's all it is. It's like a bore aligner or something. It makes the two. The muzzle stops like here on the shroud, probably about here somewhere, you know, within an inch or two of this end of this outer shroud. And then you're shooting through this muzzle end, okay? And that thing, spacer we'll call it, I can't think of what I should really call it to be honest right now. Anyways, that thing screws onto the end of your muzzle. So now you have like a point of contact. So if you bump this, that barrel's getting bumped as well. So I took that out. So now I have this much, probably up to here, of free floated barrel. There's a clamp right here that clamps it between here and the plenum. Well, I took that clamp loose. The clamp's still there because I can't remove it that I know of, but the clamp is loose and there is space around that barrel. Now, I found out when I'd be taking this rifle and I'd be, you know, plopping it down like that onto a barricade or something, just dropping it down gently but somewhat firmly, I'd get a point of impact shift. And sometimes it would stay shifted for several shots. It wouldn't follow back. It was just kind of, I want to say it was inconsistent, but there might have been some consistency to it. I didn't try it a lot, but I knew once I seen it, I didn't like it. So after seeing another YouTuber do this and recommend it for that very same reason, I took that out, the end piece there, and then I also loosened my clamp up, and I started banging the rifle around. I noticed it was harder to get it to do an impact shift because it was less disturbed by the little vibrations and stuff on the end if you're bumping it going in between barricades. And then also I noticed that after one shot, it would fire one shot. Like if I banged it around real hard, I'd get one shot that'd go high or high and left, and we're talking by like 1/2 of an inch. It was a very small difference. The next shot would be right on the money again. And I might just replicate that for you guys here on camera just to prove to you how well it works. So let's do that. So I've got 3 slugs loaded up in this magazine. Still at 50 yards. We'll have the scope cam going. I'll turn it off right now. But we'll take this rifle, do some bouncing. Now it's a little testament to the scope as well because the scope should be able to hold well. Let my ring hit that a few times. Like if you try that with your other guns, you know you'll knock them off, okay? Just try it. It's not like a severe test we're doing, I know, but it's, if I took this barrel, the whole barrel's wiggling, okay? So, I mean, I'm moving it. We'll load this clip in, get my bubble back to level. Just turn on the scope cam here. 50 yards. The first shot should be high or left, or I haven't really paid enough attention to chart it. Yeah, so all 3 of those grouped, as you can tell. I actually must not have hit it hard enough to get an impact shift, but that's kind of impressive, isn't it? You try that without doing that first and let me know what your results are. You will see an impact shift, I guarantee it, okay? That's how incredible that is. So, I would take the shroud off, but you two don't like me disassembling guns on camera to show you guys what I did. But that's pretty cool, okay? Scope cam footage can prove it. Now, I will say groupings could always be a little bit better, but I'm just shooting fast and I'm having fun. So keep that in mind before you start hating in the comments. So right now it's super windy out. Hopefully you can't hear too much of that coming through the mic. But I got the barn right here, so it's trying to keep most of that wind blocked from the camera and the mic, but I'll be exposed to shooting this prop here. But just so you guys can keep me accountable, what I've got is on that bottom rung right there, 2 shots, 2 shots, 2 shots, 2 shots. Middle position on the pipe is 2, very end is 2 shots. So that's 12 rounds total. We're not timing this, I don't have a timer. We got 12 rounds loaded up in the gun. We just put a full charge on it. I'll talk about how many shots per fill I can get afterwards. So I got a target set way out there. It's not crazy far, but it's at 217 yards right now. No, 172. You're probably not going to be able to see it very well, but it's going to be that silver thing right there. Let me range it just to verify again. I think it's 172. Yeah, I'm getting 171, 172. So I figured I'll take you guys out for a full wind reading, okay? Here's my Kestrel. We'll turn this thing on. I've already got the FX Panthera right there, 22 Panthera. This is for my last shooting engagement, but we'll go check our environmental temp. So 66 degrees outside right now. Wind. And we got 9 miles an hour. I know it's been gusting harder than that. So we'll go with 11 miles an hour for right now, and then we got a target at 172. .6, and we're gonna hold 6, almost 7 minutes left for wind. That's insane. That's a lot. I don't think I've ever held that much before. So I'm not gonna show me shooting the prop. I want to, but I only have one camera I'm working with right now, so I'm gonna mount that onto my spotting scope because I have a hit indicator mounted on that target, so I want you guys to be able to see that. And I do have it painted silver, so hopefully we can spot those impacts. But you guys will be looking through the spotting scope, okay? Hopefully you guys don't get sick watching that, but that's how much the wind's blowing. It's actually pushing my camera all over the place, so hopefully my image stabilization can control it. All right, so I need to come up 21.6. 21.6. Turn my scope cam on. Hope we can get a first round impact. And to make things harder, I'm gonna aim for the top, just because I got my hit indicator kind of middle, so I don't want any shrapnel hitting it. I'm gonna hold 2 minutes and just try that. Wow, so that landed in the 12 zone. Okay, just right, just left of it, so we need to hold 8 maybe. Okay, so there's our 2 shots. This isn't going too well for me. That one ricocheted off of something. There's an impact. I aimed low on that one. It's always good news. We're not complete failures. So unstable at this right now. I was holding 8 minutes left. That should be right over where I pulled that one. So we got 2 impacts out of 12 on this wind. Absolutely insane, but that hit indicator worked really cool, really well. All right, so we're back inside, out of the wind, and I get that video we showed of the gun at that range was kind of a poor video, but it was what I can do, so I'm not gonna make any excuses. Very unsteady, and that's what you wanna be. You wanna learn how to be good at that stuff. So, that being said, still happy with 2 out of 10. Really 2 out of 12, but 10 misses, so what I might do is just go load up 10 more and get in a really steady position to see what we can do and learn. But let's talk about our shots per a fill, because we do have that Air Marksman 300 bar bottle on the back here. This gun currently gets about 25, 28 shots per a fill. This is after 12 shots. That's where my air is at. Was at a 300 bar fill. Maybe it's a little bit past 300 bar, but that's all I've used with 12 shots. So you can see why I get the shot count that I get. So, but I do hunt with this gun, and I actually will include some scope cam footage of this. I just took this out last weekend and shot 8 woodchucks with this thing. I didn't get all 8 on camera, only for the fact that I ran into woodchucks before I had my camera set up on the gun. I'm just gonna leave it on there for now. But I had a blast, and I took out 2 woodchucks from 260 plus yards. With this thing, shooting in 5-mile-an-hour crosswinds, and I just had to shoot and have fun and learn. Most of the shots were taken at 100 plus yards. 130, 111. One was taken at 91 yards. If I remember, I'll include the yardage stamp somewhere on the corner of the screen. But I mean, these guns just tank those woodchucks, and they're a tough animal to kill. Let me know in the comments after reviewing the scope cam footage if you've made it that far in my YouTube channel on this video. If you like what you see, I will try to videotape more of that. It's actually really hard to set up a camera and go hunt woodchucks, but I got a ton of property I got permission to go hunt them on, and I would love to do that for you guys. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comment section, and I will do that because it'd be a lot of fun for me. And hopefully get me some more views on YouTube. So that's pretty much all I had to say today. The gun does well. It's been super accurate, super repeatable. I haven't noticed a ton of point of impact shifts with temperature like I do in my rimfires. I haven't tested it in a lot of extreme weather yet, only for the fact that our summertime weather's coming around now, and I just don't have that fluctuation like I did in the wintertime. So more testing yet to come. All right, guys, I got you looking through the spotting scope at the target again. Same distance. This time I'm going to go to a really stable prone position. We're going to fire off. I only loaded 5 rounds, so we're hopefully going to get 4 on target. I'm not even going to measure the wind, but the wind has died down. We're just going to shoot, see whether they're impacting left or right, and kind of go from there. This will kind of be some bonus footage, so to speak. Get the scope cam turned on. Get my level set. I need to dial 21 again. 21 and a half, somewhere in there. Now this is the Hornady hit indicator a friend from work had bought me. So thanks to him, we have that really cool confirmed hit. So here we go. Let's start off holding 4. I'll go 5 minutes. Okay, good call. Looked like that was just left. Go to 4. Man, they might be going over it maybe. We'll hold 5 and hold low. Yep. Okay, so maybe they're just going under. That one ricocheted kind of funny. That one didn't sound like it shot anything. That last shot sounded really weird. Thanks again, guys, for watching this. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.